Hello, I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for FinextraTV, bringing you part of our Predict 2025 US series. I'm talking to you from London, and I'm joined by Don Relyea of US Bank, who's attending CES in Las Vegas. So Don, a big welcome. It's so great to see you there in the lobby at CES.
Hey, thank you, Debbie. Thank you for having us.
And I can see some activity behind you. There must be so much going on where you are now. How would you say that banking and financial services intersect with those breakthrough technologies you are seeing at CES?
Yes, thank you, Debbie. We come to CES every year to really deeply understand how these new technologies are going to impact our customers' experiences. When we think about banking and payments and financial services, our customers have expectations. And when new technologies come out, like NLP voice technology, we discovered that here probably 12 or 13 years ago, and that's turned into our award-winning voice assistant. When things like the iPhone came out, it raised the bar for customer expectations. And what we really want to be able to do is suss out what those new kind of technology step changes are going to be and proactively model our customer experiences to meet those expectations.
And everything is changing so fast. You're talking about those early innovations that really have changed the way we do our banking today as individuals. You mentioned smartphones there and other developments that you have embraced. So how would you say banks have historically been approaching innovation? And do you think that is going to change in 2025?
Historically, our innovation team's actually been around for 17 years now. Long before I joined the bank, it was started by Dominic Venturo, who's our Chief Digital Officer now. And we've put in a framework of testing and learning to really understand what it is that our customers can get out of the improvements in technology. So for us, it's not about coming up with new products that are leveraging, all the new technologies. It's about enabling a customer experience. And then how does that technology, how do the developments in AI, in natural language processing, in cloud technology, and eventually quantum, how is that going to, once again, change that customer experience? So what we're really looking to do at conventions like this is catch those changes ahead of the curve.
And there's two phrases there, Don, I'm hearing you say, which is enhancing the customer experience and catching that curve. But I interrupted you. You were going to continue.
Yeah, I would just say a lot of what we do is really about testing what we think that customer experience is going to be like. We come up with a hypothesis, and then we test it. And we have processes in place for building prototypes and testing and learning. And getting those experiences in front of customers in a sandbox environment, that kind of thing. It's all about not pushing something on the customer, but really understanding what their needs are and how we meet them.
And I suppose finding the purpose really, so rather than just going purely for innovation, you're looking for that purpose for the customer's needs. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, and you'll see it, like when we come to CES, we see a lot of sort of technology that's been combined and into a product, but there isn't necessarily, it's a product looking for a customer need. And then we'll also see some where they've actually been really thoughtful about what their customers need and what the customer use cases are. And those are the gems that we're looking for.
Now, talking about looking for gems, are you seeing any fintech innovation at CES that you think will make a real impact come 2025? 2025, we're in here now. What's going to make a difference to us this year in banking and financial services?
I think we're actually seeing a lot more fintechs this year than we even did last year or the year before. And we're seeing startups that are sponsored by larger companies like Panasonic and others that are very interesting as well. We haven't hit the startup hall yet, so we still have thousands more to take a look at. But seeing more even in the main hall was actually really interesting. And we are seeing quite a few where people are taking AI models and just attaching it to stuff. And those customer experiences are not as compelling, but we've seen some where they've taken really clear use cases around payments and third-party distribution. There was a company we called Support Pay that was in the Panasonic booth that covers things like child payments and paying family members, paying together for elderly care and things like that. Those types of things I think are going to be really impactful, and they fit within a lot of our frameworks for how we wrap our brains around the future, which we call foundational futures. So things like embedded financial services, along with AI and things like that, are going to converge to really have a huge impact. And we're looking for startups that are figuring that out, and they're in a way where they can be embedded into our experience, our customers' experience, or even our corporate customers' experience.
And there again you are, Don, with that keyword or that key phrase, customer experience, and also about not just embracing technology for technology's sake, but finding where it adds value to your customers.
Absolutely.
So what would your advice be with the experience that you do have in the sector? What is your advice to banks who want to adopt new technologies, but in an effective and efficient manner?
Yeah, so a lot of our focus is, from our own build and technology standpoint, is core banking. We don't want to get out of our lane, so to speak, in terms of financial services. So we typically look to partner with companies that have great new technology breakthroughs. So, for example, we're not going to go build our own quantum computer. We're going to partner when the time is right in those types of spaces. And then putting a robust framework in place to test and learn and really understand what your customers want. Because the last thing your customers want is for you to impose an experience on them that's painful. But they will, as their expectations, as the bar for their expectations raises with these new technologies that are available, you've got to meet them. You have to, and you need to do it in a timely fashion. So getting a way to test and learn and get some of these new technologies in front of your customers and understand what it is they want out of it, as opposed to what it is you want out of it, is the way to go.
And you speak about partnering there, Don. So I imagine by partnering actually helps you adopt or embrace these technologies perhaps in a faster manner.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, for a bank to build a quantum computer, that doesn't make sense. It would take us forever. But we can always partner with the best. Same thing with AI and cloud computing and things like that.
Well, Don, thank you so much for joining us. It's so nice to be sitting here in London and getting a little taste of CES at Las Vegas and speaking to you, as well as your knowledge and your work behind US Bank. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for having us.